Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Yellow. I am your host, Shadow Blizzard 3000.
And I am enthralled by the colors. I'm sorry, I'm Drak.
Yes. And in this episode, we're going to take on the Nugget Bridge and go see our friend Bill.
I always wondered, why was it called the Nugget Bridge?
Because you get a nugget at the end.
But wouldn't that refer to the bridge being full of nuggets?
Don't know.
I'm probably putting way more logic to this than I should.
Yes, you are.
Welcome back out to our Let's Play of Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color. Not the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color.
Yes. Though you
The Game
could play
Boy Pocket, not the Game Boy Mini. Game Boy Color.
Though you could actually play this on a regular Game Boy.
Oh yeah, you could.
Yeah.
It would just go back to the monochromatic.
It wasn't until it was actually Crystal that stopped being backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Because it had gotten too advanced by then.
Really? I thought it cut off at Gold and Silver.
It was Crystal.
Become too advanced.
It was Crystal.
Crystal makes sense because they were starting to change their interface.
Yes.
Into the interface that we all know and love. That really hasn't changed that much in the new generations. And from what I've seen of the gameplay of Gen 6, it's still very much the same.
Yeah.
I've heard there's engine upgrades to it, but I think that interface is what people have come to know and love.
Yeah.
So I don't think Game Freak will ever really truly change that.
It almost got a lot more different for Ruby and Sapphire, where you could actually carry more than 6 Pokemon and have more than 4 moves, but they abandoned that for some reason.
They'll bring that back eventually. I really do think that if they change things too much, then people will complain and say, it's not the Pokemon I grew up with, and then they'll lose people. And so Nintendo, above all else, is afraid of losing, common customers, ergo why they don't branch out that often. Even with their staples, guys, because, Twilight Princess was a branch out, and technically it didn't work. So guess what, boys and girls? You got Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword was Twilight Princess mixed with Wind Waker.
Pidgey.
I can't do it.
Nobody but the... it's amazing how those actors have done Pokemon voices all these years.
Yeah, to the people who are asking us to actually do the Pokemon voices, it's kind of hard to do because they changed.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do the Gen 1 versions, but because that's what we grew up on.
I mean, sometimes even sometimes the American voice actors would dub Pokemon. Not always. Sometimes they... But, like, even Pikachu would occasionally get dubbed by, like, Rachel Lillis.
I totally want to hear Stephen Bloom do a Charmander. Charmander.
That's all he has to do. He doesn't even have to emphasize. He just has to say, Charmander.
Well, then at that point, the Charmander has to have a cigarette out of his mouth because you think of Spike Spiegel.
It's a badass Charmander.
Well, and it's funny, too, because he's played cute stuff, too, and eventually they had t-shirts of those cute things with a cigarette in their mouth because it sounds like Stephen Bloom.
Right. I never would have guessed he was Guillemon in Digimon.
Who was he?
He was Guillemon in Tamers, yeah. And then he was JP in Season 4. Or Frontier, if you're...
JP.
He was the big kid.
Oh, the Kabuterimon
The Beetlemon.
Well, the electric one.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but you are wrong, because the Beast evolution is Metal Kabuterimon. I am such a dork.
Not for JP, though. Critical hit! Are you kidding me?
Hyperfang just killed you.
Are you freaking kidding me?
And if this was the Nuzlocke challenge, lightning would have struck, and you would have been going, no! No! What's funny, too, is that Yellow was so influential that when they went back into the remakes, they kept some of the catching patterns of Yellow, because you can get a Mankey early on, you can get a Pikachu a lot easier in Viridian Forest. I always found that hilarious, is, Yellow did so well that its remakes modeled it as far as frequency. I just don't understand why the other, Fire Red and Leaf Green and Heart Gold and Soul Silver restricted the database. I mean, you could easily have put in, Gen 3, Gen 4 Pokemon. They just chose not to.
Well, they do, they put Gen 4 in there, I think.
In Heart Gold? I don't think they did in Fire Red, though. Gen 3 didn't make it in.
Yeah, you could get... No, probably not. You could only get... I mean, you get, like, Pokemon out of Ruby and Sapphire once you got the National Dex.
Yeah.
But it was still off of a Gen 3 engine. I don't think Gen 4 had been quite finished yet.
I think you're gonna lose your Spearow. Because Rap is Haxor's.
Yes. Oh, thank God they fixed this mechanic in later gens. Oh, come on!
I feel your pain, Alex. I feel your pain.
Oh, you stupid little... You know what?
Now you're speeding it up because it's just not working that well.
Yes. I'm sorry, nobody wants to sit here for 20 minutes while he spams rap.
Exactly.
It's a Zubat. It's a Zubat!
Which means you're worthless.
Come on, just because it's foggy out here doesn't mean your brain has to be in a fog. I don't know why I remember that episode so well. The School of Hard Knocks.
Because it's a good episode.
It was a great episode.
It was. It introduced Cubone.
As a matter of fact, I think that was one of the times Rachel Lillis actually dubbed Pikachu instead of them just using the original Japanese Pikachu.
I can't remember the original girl, but...
It's like Aiku Otani, and she's been playing Pikachu since day one, and she's still playing it.
Oh, I thought she passed away.
No, she's still alive.
Okay. I could have sworn I read an article saying she passed away.
You might be thinking of Meowth's voice, Maddie Blonstein.
Maybe. So while we're taking care of the Nugget Bridge, here's another question that we actually get from our fans, which again you can send to, I think it's drakenShadow@gmail.com. That's how YouTube does it.
You just post a comment, people.
Yeah,
really.
post a comment. We would love to see them. But one of the other questions that I've gotten from people who watch the shows is a lot of people are going, okay, you go by Drak, you go by Shadow, you go by Alex, you go by Adam. First of all, do you actually have a preference as to what you get called, and where in turn did you get your name from?
Right. You call me anything you want. I don't care. Call me Shadow, call me Alex. Generally, my closest friends call me Alex, so I'm so used to it.
Why am I allowed? No,
You're allowed.
Oh,
you
okay.
can call me Alex. You're my freaking brother-in-law. Okay, so...
I mock you so much, though. I'm kidding. So,
Shadow's been like one of my stable screen names for a long time because before I ever got the chance to play Sonic Adventure 2, I became fascinated by Shadow the Hedgehog, the character, long before I could even play it. So that's kind of why it's always been one of my stable names.
All right. And then Blazer, I mean, any of that have any kind of significance?
No, I just picked the Blazer because it sounds cool.
Shadow Blazer.
Yeah, because my previous channel was just Shadow Alex, so it was a portmatsu of my name, but of course that channel got suspended. God.
Because YouTube doesn't like you.
No, neither does Sony Music. That's okay, I don't like Sony Music either. I don't like Aniplex, but that's another matter.
Aniplex. So as for me, I don't really care what you call me. I get referred to by both regardless, so... And apparently the game froze. There we go. He had that point where, oh my eyes, I gotta stretch them out. I don't really care. I do a lot of times online go by Drak, and that's just because I've done a lot of avatars in that regard. Where I got the name Drak is actually, Alex can kind of attest to this. I used to write back in high school, and my usual character that I always wrote about was named Draconis. So when I started playing online games, I loved the name so much that I actually made my first character every time Draconis. And nobody could ever get the name right. So it was like, Drak told us to do this, Drak told us to do that. And
it stuck.
Drak likes to bark a lot of orders. And it stuck. I loved the term Drak, so I actually in turn named my YouTube channel that way. And that's just been kind of a staple in my life. So I don't really care what you call me.
Yeah.
I respond to both, in all honesty. I've actually had like meetups in real life with online friends, and they're like, "Hey, Drak!" I'm like, what? Because I'm used to both.
Right.
I hope that answers that for you. That's our origin story. And like Batman, we grew to hate rock and roll!
No, we don't hate rock and roll.
No, we don't. In fact, I grew up around rock and roll. Like, half the rock and roll that I grew up around would probably make your parents cringe.
Yeah, because you're from the 80s, man. You got the 80s rock.
I got the hair metal bands.
I love it, yeah.
And here's the funniest thing, too. In my household, like, the mainstream hair metal bands, we don't listen to. Mm-hmm. Because we listened to Nirvana before they were cool.
Right.
We listened to another band called Sabotage.
I love you gave the hipster answer. Before they were popular.
We did, because we got, like, their first album, and then they did the music video, and everybody hopped on the Nirvana bandwagon.
Right.
So, like, my brother makes the claim, I was into Nirvana before they were cool. And it just kind of stuck in the household. We used to listen to a band called Sabotage, Queensryche, which, wow. I don't know if you knew this, Alex, but that actually got us a lot of hate in the neighborhood. Because people thought with the Reich at the end of it, it was skinhead metal.
Right.
And it wasn't. And we only really liked only 2 or 3 songs from them.
Right.
But most of the time, we were like stuck in other hair metal bands like Queen and Def Leppard.
Right. You know, I'm old/young enough to have been around during the big grunge craze of the 90s, but I never listened to much grunge rock.
You missed Bon Jovi? You missed all that?
I missed Nirvana, but even though I was clearly around, but maybe because I spent all my time listening to Radio Disney.
That would do it. That would totally do it.
Come on, I was a kid. I was like 12 years old. What do you want from me?
Did you go back?
I never went back to Radio Disney. I got sick of what they kept playing.
No. I mean, did you go back and listen to those other bands?
Oh, yes.
Okay. See, then you can be forgiven. But you don't... So basically, Wayne's World is an anomaly to you, because none of the jokes make sense.
Yeah, I don't even know if we got MTV. We might have, because I remember...
Wayne's World isn't MTV.
Oh, no.
Wayne's World was SNL. They got a movie eventually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I never watched SNL as a kid. I don't even watch it now. It's
It's the only era worth watching. I'm sorry. I can't watch the new stuff. It's not funny. Mm-hmm. It probably... The start of it, and people will flame us because I'm going to say this. Are you ready, Alex?
Yes.
I started to hate SNL in the latter half of Will Ferrell's career there. And that's where all, like, his biggest hits are.
Right.
Okay? But all those biggest hits annoyed the living crap out of me.
Yeah.
So, in fact, the most funniest thing he ever did was him and Sherry O'Terry did, like, 2 music instructors.
Right.
And that was the funniest thing, because they were, like, trying to sing... like current day stuff as 50-year-old people. Mm-hmm. So like literally you had a Sherry O'Terry who's maked up to be like 55 singing Oops, I Did It Again.
Oh my god.
So
really?
creepy.
No, that's
so creepy.
That's wrong.
But
yeah.
And oh my gosh, we're playing Pokemon and we fall. I think we're just gonna have to call this Drak and Shadow disorder.
Yeah.
Because we talk about everything except.
Oh, and up here you get Charmander.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, I should also mention, the Nugget Bridge is like the most ideal place if you want to do the Mew glitch. I don't do the Mew glitch because I couldn't get it to work, but...
I tried doing it once and I actually glitched out my save. I'm like, nope, not doing that again.
Yeah.
Don't want to hurt my cartridge.
You got to be careful when you play that with that glitch, because it can screw you. I mean, it will never damage your cartridge, but there are like... I don't think there are really any glitches that would have damaged your cartridge, contrary to popular belief, but...
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. We got a Machop on the screen.
Oh, yes. Now, it's a shame I couldn't get Mew, though, because Mew's a very versatile Pokemon. It can learn every single move in the game.
Well, and probably... in Gen 1, you know, since it was the sought-after Pokemon, this is probably the best character sprite it ever got.
Yes, Yellow's sprite is the best.
That's one thing I can say of Yellow, is that Mewtwo and Mew, best sprites they ever had.
Mm-hmm. And sadly, you can't really do it in later gens. Not because the glitch doesn't exist. Well, it doesn't, but now they have safeguards against you cheating to get Mew or any legendary Pokemon.
Well, then how do you get him?
You have to go to Nintendo events, which I think is BS because it's like, come on. It's like, first of all, Nintendo events don't come here.
No, exactly.
You know, we're not this isn't a tech-savvy or population-high center where a company like Nintendo's
No,
gonna come waste
we're in
their
the middle
time.
of the desert as far as Japan's concerned.
Yeah.
They come to LA. They come to New York.
Yeah, they go to the big hubs where the people are. They don't come here.
And look, that's okay. But the problem is when you limit the availability of that Pokemon that way, that hurts a fan base.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is, oh, we don't care if the middle United States aren't Pokemon fans as long as California and New York are. Mm-hmm. You know, as long as the coasts are, because we can go there. That's one of those things where I think Nintendo has really faltered. Now, with Club Nintendo, they could easily fix that, because I think Club Nintendo is just becoming kind of the, you know, where PlayStation has the PSN and
Right.
Xbox has Xbox Live. Nintendo is kind of making Club Nintendo that. If they do it that way, that would be great, because
Yeah.
people will pay. Yes, I'm saying it, and Alex will probably agree. Someone will pay $5 from you.
Yeah. Especially if you make it as versatile as you did in Gen 1.
Exactly.
In fact,
And you even, like, update its move list and things like that.
God damn
I'm sorry,
that.
the speeded up music just got me. Alright.
Yeah, I didn't put it in supersonic because I was too lazy. I just wanted to, so I just left the. You're hearing that. Yeah, it's just me hitting the space bar and the Game Boy speeds up. The emulator speeds up.
Alex, you're so lazy.
I'll probably find a different tune though soon when I go like fight the trainers on the two different routes, like the bike route or the.
Well, you could always go the route that I did, which is, you know, go towards RPG tunes, because we're playing an RPG.
Yeah,
Local people come here to practice.
I might go.
In their shorts?
yes.
Exactly, in their shorts.
Oh, this youngster, and here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the youngster you want to fight for the Mew glitch. He's got a Slowpoke.
Is this the one that has a Slowpoke?
It might be this one, it might be the next one. I can't remember now. It might be the next one now that I think about it, but...
I can't remember. But then again, I can't really compare yellow to blue because placement of things are a little different.
Right.
In some areas. I've been told... Look, guys, I played
Okay.
yellow first. So I'm being told in a lot of cases with this stuff. And, like, when you get to the later cities like Saffron and Celadon, that's where a lot of the placement starts to change.
Well, our blue version's basically a slightly updated and polished version, upgrade of green version.
Yeah.
And so... Which has, of course, led to a few different errors in the games that I probably won't get to point them out because I don't think I'll know where they are, but...
Well, a lot of people were also telling me that blue was kind of a bug fix as well to green, because green had a lot of bugs.
Yes, green was pretty buggy. And you can avoid this, but... Oh, yeah, this is the trainer with the Slowpoke.
Dad took me to a great party on the SSN. Rich boy, I'm gonna take you and your little shorts out.
Youngster wants to fight.
And this is the Slowpoke.
Yes, very useful if you want the Mew. Not the only
And
way.
now we're gonna get comments saying, well, you guys keep on talking about Mew, now I want you to get Mew.
I can't get Mew. I tried. It wouldn't work for me.
I would bet that an emulator would not have the same glitch.
Probably not. Maybe it is a cartridge-based thing. Well, I don't know. I swear I was able to do it when I played Blue last. Well, long before we started this LP, I picked up Pokemon Blue for old time's sake. And I swear I was able to do that, even on an emulator.
Yeah.
But who knows?
And apparently her boyfriend is cool. But
Yes.
she's terrified of us. I'm sorry, but I always laugh at the last design.
She's like, oh my!
Oh my! Especially since in the School of Hard Knocks, the leading instructor is like a total 180 to that.
She is yeah, even though she's a last class type.
She is
clearly.
like, she's Mean Girls, is what she is.
Yes.
Why do I know what Mean Girls is?
I
Why
don't
do I know?
Yeah, why do we know?
We refuse to acknowledge that Mean Girls exist, but you can only refuse so long. Then somebody brings it up. Like I did just now.
Another fun fact about Mew, Upteenth Mew talk about it. Mew wasn't supposed to be in the game at all. They only added Mew back after debugging and to fill in the empty space. So...
Well, but he was part of the list, right?
Yes.
So why not have him in the game?
Because you were supposed to, of course, get them through events, but
Yeah.
the data, because that's the idea.
Have they ever done that with other Pokemon?
I'm sure their data might be within the game. It's hard to say.
Because, like, to my knowledge, the legendaries of all the other games are in the game.
Yes.
They're just like one-time catches. That you could have easily done that with Mew.
Yeah.
And say, okay, well, if you come here on this particular day and it's this time, you have one chance to get Mew.
Yeah.
And if you mess it up, that's on you.
I think that might be the case with Leaf Green, because I know they're like roaming legendary Pokemon when you get the national dex, but I don't know if Mew's included. But in Gen 1, Mew wasn't going to be in the game at all. But I'm talking data-wise, of course Mew was always going to be a part of the Pokemon roster, the whole 150 list, but
Yeah.
they added Mew back to fill in the empty space, to following the debugging of the game, so that's a little fun fact there.
Jiminy Christmas.
And then somebody somehow discovered the glitch, and I think
it's been history ever since.
history ever since.
And you are so abusing your Charmander right now.
Yes. Poor Charmander.
We're gonna get PETA in our comments. You guys abuse your Pokemon. Yeah, we abuse all our pixels. Thank
From Team Team Plasma.
you. Is that what
Plasma,
Plasma is?
Yeah, they're pretty much PETA.
Ah?
PETA combined with any other animal liberation front.
I'd like to refer back to my old comment.
It's clever, don't get me wrong.
Well, the problem is that with PETA and gaming, the first thing that comes to my mind now is Super Tanuki Skin 3D.
Yeah. Or Pokemon Black and Blue.
Oh, that's right, too.
Oh, we're not gonna play that, by the way, guys. No.
No, I refuse to play in those PETA pieces of trash.
Brain Scratch Combs played it, if you want to go see them play it. They played it for lols.
By all means, but I literally look at that, I don't know about you, Alex, but I look at that and go, it is a piece of crap and therefore does not deserve my recognition.
I thought...
Even though I just gave them recognition, you're not going to hear me ever do it
I
again.
heard Nintendo was, like, pursuing legal action against them for
They
that.
should.
Yeah, they really should.
But I think Dorkley said it best. This is what you went after? Seriously? Have you seen all the other stuff in the game? Have you seen the abuse that Yoshi goes through?
Or Yoshi. I saw the Dorkly video about Yoshi, too.
Exactly. And on top of that, I just... Look, Dorkley, I get... Or, not Dorkley. PETA, I get it. But you're talking about fictitious people. They don't exist. They're pixels on a screen.
Pokemon
Are
is...
you really going to have problems with pixels on a screen?
They should. You know, Pokemon's a terrible influence on me. I'm running cockfights in my basement every night.
He totally is.
I'm
I lose every night.
I'm taking books. So, place your bets now, people.
Seriously, we can mock you, PETA. That's how stupid your idea is. If you want to be in the real world, that's fine. We as gamers go to we go outside this world. This world is boring to us.
Yes.
This is what we do at the end of the day. Or in the case of, you know, who Pokemon was really geared for, this was for them to get away from homework, which we do not endorse. All you children right there, see that Spearow died? That's because you didn't do your homework. And the hate mail's gonna flow right in.
Kids,
That's
do your
okay, we have a
homework.
constantly running flame shield. We are like the rebels on Hoth. The AT-ATs haven't found us yet. And I just realized you don't have a water Pokemon at this point.
Not yet. I'm waiting for Squirtle, which I don't get till Vermilion City.
Squirtle! It's actually kind of funny because, like, in my blue playthrough, I have Squirtle, but I'm gonna have, like, no access to a fire Pokemon until very much later, I don't think.
Right.
There aren't that many fire Pokemon in the first gen.
Right.
I'm trying to think, well, what would be the first one I come across? Probably Ponyta.
I think Ponyta's actually Red exclusive. A lot of the good
So at that point, I probably have to wait all the way until,
Cinnabar Island, maybe. I don't even
to
know.
get Growlithe.
Yeah. I know at least one or two of the... It might just be Growlithe. I cannot remember. I know there's a few that are Red exclusive, and there's a few that actually were put back
I think
in...
Magmar was, too.
Yeah, I think there was a few Though, like, you can get some of them actually in this one in yellow. You could get some of the red exclusives in yellow.
Yeah.
And
I know you could get Magmar in yellow.
Uh-huh.
Because he was such a big feature in the anime. I mean, after all, he had, like, the epic Dragon Ball Z struggle with Charizard, so...
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think I actually get access, because in yellow you get access to a Vulpix fairly early.
Yeah.
But I don't think that same option is allowed in blue. So yeah, I'm not going to get a fire Pokemon until Growlithe, probably.
Yeah, probably. Yeah!
I don't know, maybe Safari Zone? No?
I don't know.
That's going to bite, because then I'm going to have to do Erica without fire.
If you got a good flying type, and you've got Pidgey, so...
Yeah, I've got... Well,
it should
at this point...
It should be Pidgeotto by now.
Yeah, it should be. In fact, it is. In fact, people are probably going to get mad at me because I did a little bit of a bad my grinding in Cerulean City, is that I forgot to get all the evolutions.
Oh, well. We'll be alright. In fact...
But, guys, it's Gen 1. You know what the evolutions are. I'm just showcasing them for the character sprites.
Yeah.
Alright, and I think we're actually really close to Bill, aren't we?
Yes, we are. And, of course, I gotta fight her.
You've got to fight her. Is this about her boyfriend?
My
friend has a cute Pokemon. Oh, no, you already beat the last that was talking about the boyfriend.
Yeah.
My boyfriend is, like, so cool.
Last wants to
And then you
fight.
beat him, then you beat her, and you're like, then you talk to her, you're, like, totally cooler than my boyfriend. Like, okay, so basically what you're saying is every trainer who beats you is cooler than your previous boyfriend.
Pikachu, you can do it, boy. You can do it.
I don't know. That's an Oddish. They're pretty powerful. Have you not seen Nuptup? Seriously, guys, go to youtube.com/DMJared. Go look up his Nuzlocke challenge. You'll love the naming. You will love the deaths. He takes on the Nuzlocke challenge. For those who don't know what that is, if a Pokemon faints, it is dead. He has to get rid of it. And for every path or route in the game, he can only get the first Pokemon he comes across. So it's a really, like, die-hard, hardcore version of trying to play the game.
I hate when they get quick attacks out.
It's okay. You've got him. You got him. Yes!
Yeah!
Thundershock is for the win.
Pikachu grew to level 20. Slam!
I don't actually think Pikachu can learn Slam in Blue.
Probably not.
And I have a feeling I know where what it's going. Is it right? Are you gonna lose Tail Whip?
I'm deciding.
And there you go, Tail Whip. I'm sorry, but you know, like Growl and Tail Whip, they just weren't really good until later gens.
Mm-hmm.
When you actually did want to play strat. Or play strategy.
Yeah. But even then, I still play offensive.
When you want to play strategery.
Oh. You call that super effective.
Oh, that better not be game for Charmander.
Not quite, but I don't think Charmander won't last this battle, though.
No!
Ember does. Super effective.
No wonder Ash's Charmander or Charizard hates him. Because Charmander got put through so much torture. Why do I have a feeling your Charizard's not gonna like you?
I'm not even getting Charizard.
Oh, you're gonna keep Charmander.
I'm just having Charmander in my party right now, just as a means to kind of safe net myself.
Yeah.
Once I get Squirtle, that's gonna be all I'm gonna use.
Okay.
Because that's who I used in my dry run, and it proved to be quite worthwhile for my Elite Four run.
See, now this is an interesting twist to Bill. Because Pikachu's like, what?
Hiya, I'm Pokemon. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. I don't know why I always want to give Bill Bakura's voice, but he's not Bakura. I checked. They're not the same actor.
I'm going to send you to the card graveyard. I mean the Pokemon graveyard.
I'm talking proper British Bakura, not evil Bakura.
The good Bakura?
Yes.
Who wakes up at school day the next day and doesn't know what's going on. How did he end up here?
Because I look so bloody effeminate. That was a family heirloom, you big wanker. So many Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge quotes to be made with Bakura.
Yeah, totally. Well, Bakura deserves to be made fun of. Oh, I love this concept. He's more made out to be like a cowboy in this one than he is in blue. It's like, oh, thank you, my dear sir.
Yeah, he's more British, and that's why I like to give him Bakura's voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's so proper.
He's so proper. He's a true blue Pokemaniac.
But in this one, he's an Osakan. He's from Osaka. I don't know, actually. Don't quote
Hopefully
me.
he's not like Osaka.
Don't quote. That's the end of the episode.
All right, we will be back next week for another episode of Pokemon Yellow LP. I am Drak.
And I'm Shadow.
We'll see you then.